They're being so mean to me. I just drove halfway across the country for them to have greener grass, and they're just like going right for the road.
Season 3 of Farmer Wants a Wife has some momentum behind it. With only 4 more episodes to go, there's been drama, tears, and ladies getting gone. We're down to 2 girls per farm.
I was never nervous about if Mitchell was or wasn't going to pick me. That wasn't on my mind. But I do remember that day was like the most anxious and nervous I had been.
Hey, I'm Adison, and if you're an avid Taste of Country follower, you know I'm your go-to gal for all things Farmer Wants a Wife. Season 2 couple Sydney and Mitchell are always here as well to give you exclusive behind-the-scenes hot takes. Which, speaking of the couple, they've officially moved in together. Last time we talked to them, they were about to hop in the car and drive to Tennessee. Important cargo? Her 2 sheep.
It went as smooth as it could. It was very good. We really didn't have any hiccups. We had like one little car issue, we thought. There was a weird sound and we had to stop on the highway. That was scary. But after that, we were good. We hit the road. It was a long drive, so.
We were just tired because we drove through the night, seeing sun, through not seeing sun at nighttime to seeing sun. And that was I've never driven like that, so.
Yeah, we decided to just leave at nighttime after we had a barbecue. And yeah, it was tough.
Hey, they all made it safely, but it does sound like they've been pretty busy since moving in. Really regarding the sheep.
They're just finding greener grass on each side of every hill. I mean,
they are being very naughty. They have escaped every house they've had. About an hour ago, Teddy was in the road. There was cars stopped. It was very bad. Teddy, I'm like, it made me seem like he didn't want to be here. Like he was on a suicide mission.
Being so mean to me?
They're being so mean to me. I just drove halfway across the country for them to have greener grass, and they're just like going right for the road.
It's still surreal she's in Tennessee, and Mitchell is settling into having someone on the farm now too.
Trying to get used to keeping small critters in fences because the fencing was set up for horses, but these sheep are like little escape artists. I mean, they can duck and crawl and get down on knees and get under fences, and we thought we had them contained
multiple times.
Then we thought we had them contained again, and then they're just little sheep exit. I don't know. We're gonna have to do some more fencing.
I can't even turn away for 5 seconds. We turned away to get fencing with the tractor. I look and there's cars stopped in the road, and I know it's because of the sheep. I'm screaming, running like full speed.
She hurtled over the fence like an Olympian. Didn't land like an Olympian.
That was the second time they got in the road.
Oh. Like she
stressing me out.
Hurtled over one of my fences to try to get to them.
And Mitchell literally stood there and laughed. I'm like, okay.
Because she fell.
Yeah, I had to.
You guys have 2 kids right now.
I have 2 kids. And let me say, Mitchell has been a really good sheep dad. Like, I've come outside and he's been hanging out with them and talking to them. You're sweet. I know you love them. I was like, these are our first babies.
Being down to the final 2 is both exciting and scary. You're getting closer at hopefully finding love, but could also end in a heartbreak. So here's what Sydney had to say about being a part of the final 2. What emotions kind of go through your head at this point of the process?
I was never nervous about if Mitchell was or wasn't going to pick me. That wasn't on my mind. But I do remember that day was like the most anxious and nervous I had been. I don't know what it was. It was just like, I knew this was the final scene. They were expecting a lot out of it. And I knew it was going to be like the most sappy scene. And I'm not really like all about emotions and like talking about them and being like, I love you. Like, that's just not me. So I was really like nervous about it. And because they were like, write down what you're going to say to him. I'm like, what do you want me to write vows? Like, what is happening?
I remember writing down things for you and Kate both on how I felt and how thankful I was for both of you being there at the farm and how you both grew for sure. I thought it was just such a sweet ending story to my personal experience, like able to speak on both of those women and their character. It just ended so well. I got lucky, of course, the woman I had on my farm, but Yeah, there wasn't much anxiety on my end. I knew my decision, where my head was at, and who I was going to choose, and it all worked out.
Mhm.
It's funny, Sydney, hearing you say that you're not necessarily the one to be like, I guess, mushy gushy when it comes to verbally expressing feelings. Would you say you're like that in a normal setting? And if so, Mitchell, are you the more like emotionally in tune or like verbally?
It depends for sure. Sydney sometimes can be very sweet, or other times she can just be very independent. It just depends on, I guess, what side of the bed she rolls off of.
Same. Going on a TV show, like my family, like they were like, "Oh, Sydney, of course you're gonna go on a TV show. Like, go do something fun, go do something crazy." But like the fact that it was a relationship show, they were like, "Girl, what? That's so not you." Because I'm just so not like. Previous to Mitchell, I was not like I was anti relationship, anti men, just like wanting to do my own thing. So that whole gushy stuff is, I don't know, not for me. But I do love Mitchell.
This coming week, episode 8, The Farmers Meet the Ladies' Families. Here's what I was curious about. The ladies and farmers are used to the cameras, but their families aren't. Nor have they really talked to their daughters. So what's that like?
You told them a little bit about me before I walked through the door.
I did tell them a little bit. I mean, they knew that Mitchell coming to the house, like, what was a big deal, so they didn't really ask too many questions because they know I don't like talk like that. But what do you think about what about your parents? Did you tell?
I think it's just a very unique situation because when you're going to see these girls' parents, they know in the back of their mind that there's another girl out there, which is the total opposite and contrary of what you would want the parents to believe and see through your actions and how you are if you were actually dating them. So knowing that, that might not work out with her and there's another girl, that made it tough. So, as when I was in California and trying to tell them how I felt about Kate, when in the back of my mind, I knew Sydney was there. So that was really hard for me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I also think like meeting people's parents, like when you're filming the TV, obviously like you're talking like yourself, but you're also like dialing yourself down.
Stick around to the end of this video because I'm getting some juicy details on if you get paid while filming the show. But hit the thumbs up button if you're enjoying this video so far. And now Sydney and Mitchell want to give back to their community with their land. Y'all, it's pretty special.
Me and Sydney, obviously she just moved in and we're super excited that. And now we can actually truly work on our homestead here. So I'm encouraging the community. I just started my pick your own garden. So I planted 130 cherry tomato plants. If anybody's familiar with cherry tomatoes, they're a little smaller like a grape and they taste like sugar. So they're really great for kids to come pick, or anybody in all ages. And my farm's fully organic, no pesticides, herbicides. So plants are starting to flower right now, so we'll have fruit here in about a month. So I really would encourage the community to shoot me a message and get a time slot and come out and pick some produce. We have strawberries, garlic, onions, tomatoes, blueberries, that type of thing. And my buddy just started putting his mare and stallion together. I'm getting my own Morgan horse. Morgan is historically one of the original Western working horses here in the United States. So I'm about to get a horse. I'm gonna buy her a horse as well. So we're trying to start building our homestead here, and we're doing that so we can only help the community and grow food and let people know where it comes from. And if anybody wants to volunteer and help us in our garden beds or anything like that, feel free to shoot us our message. We'd love to talk to y'all. We love hearing things and seeing some girls name their little Teddy sheep after her Teddy, and seeing those messages just warm our hearts. So we love the interactions that we're getting from y'all. Thanks for keeping it positive. See y'all next week.
I'm Adison Haager for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and here comes that bonus clip.
Yeah, we were.
He definitely got paid way more than I did, but I got paid a little bit.
Yeah, wait, so how does that work of like the longer, so like Mitchell, are you kind of a base pay, and then like Sydney, the longer you stay, you get like paid per episode essentially?
Yes. If the longer you stayed on, like it was the same price, you got paid weekly.
From a business standpoint, I definitely thought about it. Like, of course, they are giving us monetary value, but it's long-term for me. Like, lo and behold, who would have thought I actually fell in love? That's the best payment I could have got out of the whole thing. But now it's great things are happening, brand deals, and like we're getting a lot of outdoor stuff
Mhm.
and farming stuff, and
We get to do more of what we love because of the show. We have more free time to do what we love.